Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Finding a Percent of a Number. Today we're going to be finding the percentages below of their accompanying numbers, beginning with your friend and mine, 68%. Now remember, a percent is simply a fraction. It's always out of 100. So 68% can actually be written as 68 over 100. Now if you want to find a percentage of a number, you could simply multiply them together, because remember, of means times, as if they were fractions, and you would find your percentage of that number. However, there's also an easier way to do it, so check it out. If you're allowed to use a calculator, you can simply turn 68% into a decimal. Now, since it is a fraction, 68 over 100 is the same as 68 divided by 100, which means that you can simply move the decimal 2 places to the left to convert 68% into its decimal form of 68 hundredths. Now remember, of means times, so we're going to go ahead and multiply that by 700. Now, we're going to pull out our handy-dandy calculator and we're going to type this in and go 0.68 times 700. And if you typed it in correctly, you will get 476, which means 476 represents 68% of 700. Now, let's double check our work. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness, we are correct. Now, we're going to go ahead and do a few more example problems just to drive this point home. We're going to simply take the percent, convert it to a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left, and then multiply. So we have 40% of 85. Now, I'm going to take this decimal and I'm going to move it once, twice to the left. And now the decimal equivalent of 40% is 40 hundredths. And we're going to multiply that by 85. We'll pull out our handy-dandy calculator, go 0.40 times 85, and we come up with 34. So, assuming we've done our multiplication correctly, 34 should be the right answer. And guess what? It is. And let's keep going, folks. Let's do the next one. I'm just going to clear up this board and make it look nice and clean. And we're going to write down 2% of 250. Now, this one looks a little tricky, but not to worry. Remember, we're still dividing by 100 because 2% is in fact 2 out of 100, and this line means divided by, so it should work just fine for us. So let's go ahead and do it real quick. So if I divide 2 by 100 on my calculator, you'll see that it's the same as what we've been doing before. You just go 1, 2 places to the left. And because there's nothing there, we use a 0 for a space holder. So the decimal equivalent of 2% is 2 hundredths. And then we simply multiply that by 250. And that will give us 2% of 250. So let's do it. 0.02 times 250. And 2% of 250 is 5. There you have it, folks. And now we're going to do yet another example. Why? Because we can, and because we want to, and because I think that's about all I want to say about that. Okay, so now we're going to find 75% of 396. Now, I'm going to once again divide 75 by 100, which simply means that I'm moving the decimal 2 places to the left. And now I have 75 hundredths times 396. If I do that on my handy-dandy calculator, 0.75 times 396, I'm going to come up with 297. And would you looky there? Boom! It is in fact correct. I should put a box over that. There, that's my answer. And now, we come to the end of our practice problems. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to bid you a fond adieu, and best of luck in your math class. And now we have 25% of 64. And now I'm going to go ahead and move the decimal 2 places to the left, which now turns 25% into 25 hundredths, which makes sense if you think about it, because you can write 25% is 25 over 100, and the name of that is literally 25 hundredths. And I'm going to multiply that by 64 to find out what 25% of 64 is. 0.25 times 64 gives me a number 16. And there you have it, folks. I do hope that video was helpful to you. If not, I'm sorry I tried very hard. But, yes. Good luck.